There's a certain kind of silence that follows you after the room clears, a kind of silence that whispers something most people ignore. Not everyone who smiles at you is a friend. Some are enemies wearing masks. Some are allies in public, but architects of your downfall in private. And the most dangerous kind of hatred is the kind that pretends to love you. These are the 7 types of people who secretly dislike you, but pretend otherwise. When we say they dislike you, we mean they may secretly resent, envy, despise, or hold grudges against you. Knowing who they are isn't about being paranoid. It's about being free. It's about reclaiming your energy from those who drain it in the shadows. It's about protecting your peace, your progress, and your purpose. So let's dive deep. 1. The competitive friend or silent competitor. This is the person who claps when you win, but their eyes betray them. They measure your every move. They compare your success to theirs. They don't want you to lose, but they sure as hell don't want you to rise too far above them. You'll notice the subtle digs, the compliments that come with a sting. Wow, you got promoted. Must be nice to have connections. Or they dismiss your efforts as luck. They keep score. They're not rooting for your growth. They're racing to keep up. Remember, real friends celebrate you without secretly wishing they were you. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche warned us, "In every real man a child is hidden that wants to play." But the competitive friend never learned how to play without envy. They don't want to join you in joy. They want to outshine it. The more silent competitor may compete with you silently. They pretend to celebrate your wins, but you can feel it, the fake applause, the shallow praise, the tension behind every "I'm happy for you." These people don't cheer. They compare. Your success feels like an attack on their identity. Your progress, a mirror to their stagnation. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." These people don't just waste time, they waste energy envying others. Their life becomes a scoreboard, and no matter how much you support them, they can't stop measuring themselves against you. They see your growth as a threat, and behind their compliments is a quiet calculation, a silent resentment, a hidden competition you never signed up for. 2. The one who mocks you in disguise. They'll call it a joke. They'll say, "Don't be so sensitive." But their words cut deeper than humor ever should. They mock your dreams. They ridicule your choices. They turn your vision into a punchline. This isn't comedy. It's contempt with a smile. And if you confront them, they'll paint you as the problem, the overthinker, the dramatic one. Why? Because they need to invalidate you to feel superior. Mockery is their mask, a way to express resentment without accountability. But behind every sarcastic jab is a message. I don't respect you. Don't confuse proximity with support. Just because someone is close doesn't mean they're safe. 3. The underminer. They act like they're helping you, but behind the scenes, they're sabotaging you. They offer advice that leads to failure. They forget to mention important details. They tell others you're unqualified, all while telling you, "I've got your back." These people are often close, co-workers, collaborators, sometimes even family. They fear your potential, so they disguise their sabotage as concern. This can also sometimes come in the form of a friend who says, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" They may pretend like they don't want to see you get hurt, but in reality, it's just a plot to hold you back. To them, your rise exposes their stagnancy. 4. The shapeshifter. They mirror whoever they're around. They tell you what you want to hear. They say they agree, but change sides when you're not there. They're polite in private, but mock you in groups. They mold themselves to survive, but you never really know where they stand. You share secrets, you share visions, but they share them again with others. Shapeshifters don't have loyalty. They have opportunities. Their friendship isn't based on truth, it's based on utility. And the second they find someone more powerful, more useful, more shiny, they vanish. You were never their person. You were just a placeholder. Stick around for 3 more types of people who dislike you. You don't want to miss these final 3, but before we continue, comment below. Share your experiences. Let us hear your story. Share with us how you dealt with your situation and how it may have affected you. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue. 5. The opportunist. They love you when you're useful. They show up when there's something to gain. Their loyalty is transactional. They'll flatter you, support you, even defend you as long as you're giving them something. But the second you stop being their free therapist, their cheerleader, their stepping stone, they disappear. Worse, sometimes they turn against you, because people who use you don't take rejection well. You'll know them by their pattern. They only check in when they need something. They only show up when the spotlight's on. Friendship built on utility always expires. 6. The moral superior. This one is tricky. They don't hate you because you did something wrong. They hate you because you represent something they're afraid to be. They judge your choices. They question your values. They moralize every conversation. But beneath their righteousness is fear. You take risks they never had the courage to. You speak truths they were taught to silence. And so, they demonize what they secretly admire. They disguise hatred as concern. They say they're trying to guide you back to the right path. But really, they're trying to shrink you into a version that makes them feel safe. 7. The smiling saboteur. This one stings the most, because this is the person you trusted with everything. They held your secrets. They knew your fears. They celebrated your wins. But deep down, they never wanted to see you outgrow them. So they plant seeds of doubt. They whisper fear into your dreams. They slow you down, gently, not because they're evil, but because your becoming threatens their identity. So they pretend to support you while dragging your spirit in subtle ways. You'll feel confused around them, exhausted, insecure, like you're too much for dreaming bigger. That's not friendship. That's fear in disguise. So many of us are taught to look for enemies outside, but the truth? The most dangerous enemies are the ones sitting quietly next to us, the ones who smile while secretly hoping we fail. You must learn to see not just actions, but intent, not just words, but energy. Protect your space, protect your light, because hatred doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers in laughter, in silence, in the absence of celebration, and the greatest act of self-love is learning to listen to those whispers. Choose your circle wisely, because who you allow close shapes who you become. And the more you shine, the more clearly you'll see who truly stands with you and who's just standing nearby. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and never forget. Some people don't hate you for doing wrong. They hate you for doing better than they ever dared to. If this resonated with you, protect your peace. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. You don't need to confront, prove, or explain. Just move differently. Let your boundaries speak. If you found value in this, like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this message. And remember, real love never hides behind secret hate. Stay wise, stay free.